I want to bring in John Muffler now. He is a former U.S. Marshal, and he's a principal of Equitas Global Security. John, there is a manhunt now for three of these people. Can you, in your best estimation of your business, tell us what you think is happening right now in that city?
Thanks for having me back on. So they have an eyewitness. They'll have physical description of those who are trying to steal the catalytic converter and the murderer. So they have a good eyewitness. They'll have height, weight, physical description, and never underestimate the digital footprint that investigators are looking at right now, and that is going to include cell phone usage prior to and after the event. There's business cameras, there's street cameras, and so there's abilities to pick up the vehicle they use to commit the crime, to get there and leave the scene. So there's possibilities within the digital footprint that, well, I would imagine they're looking at that. So another way to look at this too is, depending on the type of vehicle they use to escape the scene, if that's a newer vehicle, we've had this conversation before, there are devices within those newer vehicles, computers, that are pinging, and there'd be able to be a read on that. So I think there's a really great opportunity here to catch these individuals. This is a huge issue in LA, in California specifically, and nationally. And so these networks, they communicate. There's great informants out there that the FBI has, LAPD has. So I would imagine the information that law enforcement is gaining is through all of that, which I just mentioned.
Cameras everywhere. They catch an entire trail, of retreat. I keep coming back to the $1,000 catalytic converter and how often this kind of a crime is happening. This man, Johnny Wactor, lost his life over a stupid piece of car engine. But at the same time, he wasn't even fighting back, John. Like he couldn't have done anything better. He was protecting his colleague. At this point, I mean, I don't even know what to say in terms of the advice for people who might even confront someone who's got their car jacked up and is taking a converter.
Yeah, nothing of like that is worth losing your life for, obviously, right? That's the understatement of the day. But certainly, when you look at what types of vehicles are being stolen for that car piece, that catalytic converter, I think if he had a Prius, I think it's number 4. I think an F-150 is number 1. So, I mean, if you're driving those kind of vehicles, you really kind of have to raise your awareness, where you're parking, what time you're getting to that vehicle. In LA too, everybody's street parking. So, it really raises the risk level tremendously if you're driving one of those types of vehicles and parking in locations that might be, not safe. So, take it upon yourself, obviously, if you're driving one of those target vehicles, to understand what the risk may be to that.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. As a U.S. Marshal, you have chased a lot of guys and you've caught a lot of bad guys. There are 3 that they are hunting down tonight. Like, it is an all-out manhunt for these 3. And my assumption is that all 3 will be considered murderers, because they were in commission of a felony and someone died. It's the classic definition of felony murder. But as a marshal, what's the strategy if you catch one? Like, what happens when you catch that first one? How do you do a squeeze to catch the others?
Yeah, well, the first person to talk is going to get a better deal, right? And so, presumably. And so that person, if you're catching one, you're likely to catch the others. There's no honor amongst thieves. And so that's the objective. Catch one, to catch the other 2. And you'll probably catch a bigger network than those 3. I'm sure it's much bigger than 3 dudes trying to steal a piece of equipment from a car. So, and we're seeing that time and again nationally. There are syndicates out there that are making hundreds of millions of dollars on this type of car theft. So you get one, you'll get the others for sure. And that person might get a little better deal, but that's the objective.
John, Johnny Wactor, as I said before, and I'll say it again, he wasn't even trying to be a hero. He wasn't confronting these thugs. He just was protecting the person he was trying to get safely to her car. And yet, this guy pulls out a weapon and fires at him and kills him. Are criminals who are maybe a part of a syndicate, maybe they're just street thugs, are they becoming more violent? Is this a one-off? Are you seeing any trends like this?
No, I think it's definitely, I don't think it's a one-off at all. I think this is definitely a national trend, especially in the bigger cities, and they're more emboldened to do things, confront, law enforcement and getting shootouts. This is a cold-blooded murder. There was no, we're not hearing anything about Johnny Wactor other than he, just asked, "What are you doing?" And he was shot in cold blood. So I think the stakes are very high in many places in the United States. And I think, these types of individuals who are going to commit a crime like this don't really care what the rules are. And I think the danger is much, much higher than it was, years ago, obviously.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.